Transitioning from high school to university, accommodation examples. Presenter, Michelle Wolfery, 2014 CNIB Braille Conference.
I have another thing in there around assignment deadlines and reading deadlines and things like that. For this course I'm taking right now, there are 3 major textbooks to be read in about a 6-week period that are all about 1,000 pages each. Well, for me, that's unrealistic. To read that in Braille or to read that electronically is just unrealistic. So being able to say to the professor, hey, I will get through it eventually, but just give me some more time. My laptop, visual material presented in class, that is, I'm sure as most of you know, that is an ongoing battle with professors. It honestly is something that you just have to hound them for. And hound them nicely, be polite about it, but it's amazing how many times professors will show something in a class and they honestly just forget. It's not because they're trying to be vindictive or mean, they just honestly forget. And just a gentle reminder to say, hey, can you send me that stuff? Or to send them an email and say, you presented a couple things in class today, do you mind sending them on? Is a good option. The other thing that more and more universities are switching to is an online learning mode, where there is a whole online portal where professors can post different things, their PowerPoint presentation, their lecture notes, their recordings of the lecture, things like that. And so just encouraging professors to use that because it's not only you that you as a student with a visual impairment can benefit from, it's everyone in the class. My final citation in here is around citations and works cited pages. JAWS is not super great at reading underlines and bolds and italics and question marks and periods and things like that. And so I do my best with what JAWS does read out. But I am not penalized if I miss a quotation mark, or if I miss a period, or I forget to underline something. And so for students who are low vision, that may not be such an issue because they can maybe see the citation, but for a student who's totally blind, you can lose upwards of 5 marks on an essay just because you didn't write down a citation properly. That's not fair if you can't see it. And most professors are totally understanding when you point that fact out to them. Any questions about my accommodations or accommodations in general?
Could I ask the online course systems that schools are using, how accessible are they?
I've had experience with 2. I've had experience with Moodle and Blackboard. Moodle is really inaccessible and Blackboard is only sort of kind of inaccessible. On Blackboard, I've had more success in terms of being able to access the resources, but there are a lot of features in Blackboard that are completely out of the option for me if I'm doing it independently. One of my big tips at the end, my general overall tip, is to use a tutor. As a student with a disability, visual or not other, is to use a tutor. That can be a student tutor, someone that you find on campus that your counselor can put you in touch with, or a professional tutor outside of the school. And that's what my tutor does for me, is we'll go through the Blackboard or the Moodle page every week, and she'll help me pull off notes that the professor may have posted, or conversations that may be happening between classmates, things like that that I may not necessarily have access to. And so, yeah, it's hit and miss.
Yeah, interesting. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. When you point that out to professors, the response is usually, I don't really know what to say. Yeah. And it's just, okay, well, unfortunately, I guess that, I'm going to have to sort of take on that responsibility of figuring it out myself.
CNIB, Seeing Beyond Vision Loss. This video has been made possible thanks to an educational grant from Novartis Pharmaceuticals Canada Incorporated.